Welcome back to AgriTalk, opening day of the Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa. We are in the Case IH exhibit, and fortunately not raining at the moment. We had a couple of tints this morning. We'll talk with DTN Meteorologist Bryce Anderson in just a moment, see what he says about the weather. Matt Jungmann, National Events Manager, is watching the radar right now nervously as he's kind of a... Well, I told you, you're better off just not knowing, just not looking, because then you're going to worry about it.
Well, it's so nice to have this technology. I'm sitting here during the break looking at my cell phone, watching the internet on the radio, or the radar on the internet. But it gives us the ability to make decisions about things like field demos. If there was more rain on the way, we could make some kind of call about the demos. But it looks like we've slipped by, and we're going to be good for several more hours, and should be able to get some of the field demos run today.
When do they start?
Officially, the corn combining starts at 11 o'clock. I have not heard anything officially that's going to be backed up, but it's possible that gets backed up a little bit, and then that would run the whole schedule backwards some. Need to get this 2/10 dried off of the ears a little bit if we end up backing that up. But I foresee us going ahead and being able to get demos in today.
That's such a big part of the show. People love to walk out there behind that equipment in the field.
Well, and that may explain a little bit of this crowd, is that, they may know that with the forecast, today looks like the day that we're going to be able to get the best shot at running demos.
We'll find out from the weatherman. He's going to join us next. Matt, thanks a lot, and we know it's kind of a stressful time for you anyway, but good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thanks, Mike.
Matt Jungmann, National Events Manager for Farm Progress. All right, let's bring in DTN Meteorologist Bryce Anderson. And all right, Bryce, I was thinking about you, and it was pouring down earlier, and I was getting wet, but, it looks a little better out there right now. Are we just in a window here, or what?
We are in a little bit of a break in this rain pattern, Mike. There is a cold front that right now is hung up between Fort Dodge and Spencer, Iowa. And it's that front that is kind of the real focusing point for these thunderstorms. We are getting them farther south in northeastern Missouri, and that section of the Midwest could have between 2 and 3 inches of rain out of this system. I think that we are good. Well, we probably had. It feels like we've had well over an inch since about 6 o'clock this morning here in central Iowa. I think we're good for another half to 3/4, but that is going to play out probably by midday tomorrow. I think the front will be through by then, and we will have drier conditions for tomorrow afternoon on through Thursday, and then kind of periodic showers tomorrow morning.
So a half to 3/4 between now and then.
That's the way things are looking right now. Total of around an inch and a half to an inch and 3/4. But, Mike, that is better than things looked like on Monday morning, because Monday morning we were looking at between 2.5 and 3 inches. So this cold front is moving faster than it looked like 24 hours ago.
I'm glad you put that positive spin on it. I thought we were going to have to do CPR on Matt Jungmann there when you were talking about the rain coming in. All right. So I said earlier, based on what's happened in Iowa this year, this really wasn't much of a rain.
Oh, no, it wasn't. I mean, around here, this is just a light shower for central Iowa. You've had Des Moines, for example, has had 28 inches of rain since the 1st of June through the latter part of August, before this rain system. And that is almost 3 times the normal rainfall for that period of time during the summer.
Harvest is about to start. In some places it already has. We're starting to get into that now. How's the weather going to cooperate? How big are these windows? I mean, do you see prolonged systems moving through?
No, we don't. Actually, our outlook for fall harvest is fairly optimistic. We're looking for a decent fall to set in, and for the harvest to move along pretty well. I think it's obviously going to be a faster harvest than it was a year ago. That's very easy to say, considering we have corn that is being taken out of the field with around 14% in parts of eastern Kansas, for example. And so I think that's a pretty easy call, but I don't think that we are going to have the chronic delays coming in during the mid to latter part of the fall.
A lot of farmers hoping they don't have to use the dryers like they did last year.
Oh, no kidding. And I think that is going to be one expense that isn't going to be nearly as significant as it was a year ago.
So where are you set up here at the show, and what are you talking to folks about?
Telvent DTN building is toward the eastern part of the show grounds. We are very close to a couple of the grain bin setups. So we're kind of on the far eastern street area. We do have a building set up there. And Darren Newsom, our senior analyst, and I are talking markets and weather a couple different times during the day. And, that's always a topic right now that's great for Farm Progress Show discussion.
Yeah, can the market go up during harvest?
Well, we have seen that happen here a couple times in the past few years, and so that gets everybody interested.
Sure does. Thanks, Bryce. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Always a pleasure, Mike.
DTN Meteorologist Bryce Anderson. So we're in for some off and on rains through about noon tomorrow, and then hopefully this system will clear on out. All right, we are broadcasting from the Case IH tent here at the Farm Progress Show. We have a lot to talk about. Case IH has a lot for people to see here at the Farm Progress Show and at your local Case IH dealer. We're going to come back and talk about some of those things, including coming up next, custom-driven product design. Find out about it next on AgriTalk.